know, pretty well regarded as the best tier 1 unit, especially when they have all those stim, shield, weapon upgrades, all that kind of good stuff. Medevacs coming out, also great. Upgrades for Marines. Fun stuff like that. So let's take a look what's happening. It looks like Cloak is getting that armory so he can continue getting these up. I hate that this is locked to an armory, but you know, it's not that expensive of a building. You'll get over it. But he's pushing out, and that's actually going to be pretty strong right now, especially because there's, you know, one siege tank here. If he can get his tanks sieged up, he's going to need to be smart about this planetary fortress. He does see it, but his tank should be able to out-siege it pretty well. And not much is going to be able to take out the tanks. He just has to make sure not to walk in that line, which I believe is about here where this kind of coloring is on the map. Smartly putting a tank up on there, going to siege it pretty easily. And this base is going to be like, but I just got here. Be really sad. In the meantime, really nice splitting of his Marines to prevent against some drops. Cloak is going to move out and try to protect his base. And Wren is actually target firing the planetary fortress. I don't agree with this, but he's finally going to move in with his Marines. He needs to be attacking the army, actually, and he loses a lot of units here. But Wren is in here doing a lot of damage. He takes out the planetary fortress. You have more Marines. You're going to take him out. And really good move here, taking out pretty much all of the army for Cloak. These Marines are going to say, but we just got here, and die in pools of blood. In the meantime, Wren is building a lot of Marines back at home. He does have medevacs and siege tanks still in production. I wonder if... Nope, he has no... Nick has no idea that this planetary fortress is here. But he does have a pretty strong lead. A nice scan by Nick, seeing exactly what kind of army is here. He knows he doesn't have the tanks, but he's going to stim up anyway while the tanks are not siege. Not using the bunkers at all. The tanks are going to siege, but they get taken out almost immediately. There's another... Nope. And it looks like Marines are going to live. I don't know. They got 3 medevacs, which are pretty good. But I don't think it'll be enough. There's only one Marine left with 3 medevacs. Of course, not the ratio you would want. Much prefer the other way around. But his production's actually getting out of control. He has 30 more SCVs. He's got all of this. He has this gas. He finally took this this gas in his main base, and he's getting this up as well. Should get more SCVs here. A little much over here. But that's okay, because he has a huge army, and he is pushing in. And if he manages to take out this base, he will be in fine shape. As Cloak is almost... Oh, and he gets sieged up, but... lots of Marines going down, but Nick again has the greater Marine count with 4,000 minerals. That is expected. And it looks like he's going to run in and try to take out this PF, which probably isn't going to happen. PFs are pretty good, especially if they get repaired. We'll see if Cloak realizes he needs to repair, especially as the Marines start dropping in fiery pools of human blood. Yep, he is repairing, so that is going to be a safe base. Losing a lot of Marines in that attack, definitely not worth it. But he just is not able to keep his economy in base. Actually, he's not doing too bad. I almost want to say this is a Brood Ward player, because he's not using rally points. Oh, no, it might just be a mistake. But what is Nick going to do? Because he knows he needs to break this third base somehow, or push into the main. So you could try a drop at this point in time. But instead he's just getting a lot more units, which is also okay. And he may be even doing a drop as well. He is ahead in supply. He's still way ahead in the worker count. He'll be able to get these upgrades pretty soon as well. Getting a lot of SCVs there. Awesome stuff. Like seeing it. In positions like this, you can also take these bases. If you want, I almost recommend taking these bases, because then you just rally your units here and be really wary about drops. But you can get sensor towers as a Terran player. I don't think that is a bad decision at all. But he's going to drop here again, and he's going to be able to take out a lot of these production facilities, especially because they're not building anything. And in come the Marines for Wren. Another Doom drop. Poor Cloak is losing actually some supply depots here. And Nick is going to start target firing these very important production buildings. But Cloak's doing his own dropping. Not as many units, but that's okay. Nick sees it and he's going to pull back. He does only have gas here, losing a reactor. In the meantime, these Marines are basically unopposed right now. And these Marines are trying to run in, but here comes Nick's Marines, and they're going to pick off poor Cloak's Marines pretty quickly, and now Wren himself will be engaging, and he picks up, but does he manage to get away with the medevac? He does not, but he did do a ton of damage here. He took out the engineering bay and the armory. In the meantime, Nick is getting a lot of upgrades, really like that decision, and he's continuing to build Marine, tank, medevac, all sorts of stuff. He has the command center, of course, being built nowhere near where you want it to be, but that's okay because they fly through the air, as if that makes sense. And Cloak here actually is making a smart decision. He's trying to hold the middle. He's doing a drop off the corner and getting a fourth at the same time. Pretty smart stuff, but really he's being hurt in drops in this corner, and he is not really bothering to secure that area. In the meantime, he's getting his own units. He's still way behind in supply. Nick putting down more barracks here. And he's just going to A-move. And it should do pretty good. His Marines are 1-1. These are 0-1. The siege tank's doing well, but if he gets in here and starts doing damage, I'd really like a scan at this point. There you go. And he's going to pick off all of this army. He lost a lot of Marines, but really what he kept were these siege tanks in really good position. Oh no, medevac's moving in. Cloak losing a ton of medevacs. And this drop is not going to do too much damage if Wren notices it. Actually dropping in a pretty good position. Wren should move and just A-move up here, but he's getting set up for an attack on the 3rd. Now he's moving his army to protect, pulling all the SCVs, a good decision. He's going to be able to take that out. Focusing on the supply depots, not really that big of a concern. And here come the tanks. Oh man, that is going to be brutal. And yeah, that's going to do a lot of damage. Here comes Cloak, but he realizes he can't break it. Wren smartly leaving an army to face any sort of attacks from the south. And here it comes. Here's the engagement. That may be the end of the game because he is losing that 3rd base. The tanks are forced to run. Wren having much superior numbers. The tanks could be attacking SCVs. I don't know if they do that automatically, but they definitely should. But Wren is going to be able to just apply constant pressure here. And Cloak forgetting to right-click. Oh, it almost burns down, but he's going to let it because I don't know why. Probably a mistake. And now they're going to go to town, killing so many SCVs. Oh, that was brutal, but it's because they move up here, Wren is also going to know that there are a base up here. And there's the GG, taking out another bunch of siege tanks. And Wren, with the victory, gets promoted into the Platinum League. Congrats, Wren. Bye, guys.